So Eddie Hall versus Mitchell, two absolute monsters of men. See, when you look at fights like this, especially MMA fights, first of all, hats off. These two men are going completely out of their comfort zones. And I know when people look at strong men, they look at them and think big, scary, usually loads of tattoos, loads of steroids. But they're not fighters at the end of the day. They are not fighters. They're not used to getting punched in the face. Getting in the ring is scary. There's nothing more intimidating than that first sparring session. Like, oh God, I don't know how this is going to go. It is nothing like a street fight. But in this video, he gets knocked out during sparring. And this is probably the first time that this has ever happened to him, really.
To be honest, it's just wanted to feel each other out. And yeah, we'll wait and see. I get a nice little kick to the face in a second. It was a good wake-up call for the first round of sparring. Al, it's okay?
See, in fairness, I've been there. There's nothing worse than that first time you've been kicked in the face. This man's a strong man. He's not used to violence. He's not used to aggression. Yes, he's done a bit of boxing, but see, boxing and MMA, two completely different ball games. And boxing can actually leave you with some really bad habits. Like, if you look at how Eddie's keeping his head down, it nearly looks like he's just been asked to set up for a head kick. No speed on it, turns the feet, boom. And he probably didn't hit him all that hard. It could have been a case that he just wasn't expecting it. Like, it nearly looks like he sort of nudged his head under it, and just the impact of it just set him off his feet. Right, here we go again. Decent. Good boxing.
There you go, see? There you go.
See, with Eddie, the one thing I've noticed though, he's not lighting his feet at all. And fair play, he's an absolute unit. He weighs, what, over 300 pounds? Like, that's a lot of weight to be bouncing about a cage. This is probably the best thing for Eddie. Getting in with bigger guys who've got more weight, more height, something that he's going to have to be used to when he's going to fight Mitchell at the end of the day, because I haven't seen that boy spar yet, but apparently he is pretty athletic, and I'm excited to watch that video. Like, this really just goes to show you that you can be world's strongest man, but when it comes to fighting, if you don't know how to use your weight, you're pretty much up shit creek. Although one thing I will say, he's holding his own. He's got a devastating overhand right. Like, so he catches somebody with that, it's lights out immediately. Although hats off to these guys he's sparring with, because you know they know fine rightly they could knock that man out in seconds if they really wanted to, and that's really disheartening. Like, I've been in situations where you've got to spar somebody who's 10 times better than you. I mean, leagues above you. For me, it was boxing. And in the first 10 seconds they come out and just overwhelm you totally with punches, and that can be disheartening. It can actually put you off getting back in the ring. But I think these boys are being generous. You know, they're letting them get shots, they're putting a little bit of pressure on them. You know, they're just giving them a feel of what it's going to be like being under pressure in the ring. First reaction video done. I really appreciate it if you could drop a wee like, drop me a comment, let me know how terrible it was. I thought to myself, I watch enough of this stuff on YouTube as my downtime, I may as well make a video on it, give my unprofessional, unlicensed, highly educated opinion on it. Next video, definitely going to have to check out Mitchell sparring, because that man is supposed to be light on his feet.